Radio.net. It's the station.
The following run of the D Train is previously taped. And it's another beautiful day in Pennsylvania. Good morning. Welcome aboard. You're on the D Train with Darren DeVoue on this beautiful Mother's Day. Joined, as always, by Uncle P.
It's not as always. You call me in here. It's Mother's Day.
Whenever it's convenient for
it's
me.
Mother's Day. Come on in. And no. Happy Mother's Day to all the wonderful mothers. The mothers that struggle. The mothers that make meals for their children. The mothers that go without so their children can have. Happy Mother's Day. For all the other mothers, bye humbug.
Well, funny, P, you should talk about all the mothers who sacrificed and struggled because, real quick, I made a surprise trip to surprise my mom for her Mother's Day, and here it is here. Exciting stuff here now. We're pulling in. It's my main man, Darren with an I. And we are pulling in the middle of my mom's building now. Going to give her the Mother's Day surprise treatment. So here we go. All right, so here we go. Mom, did your package get there yet? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I put instructions to knock because you old. Yeah, Mom. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's cool. Oh, well, then that might be it.
So,
Go ahead, Mom. She don't have her teeth in, right? So we're going to have to give her a minute. And it's another beautiful day in Pennsylvania. Good morning. Welcome aboard. You're on the D Train with Darren DeVoue on this beautiful Mother's Day. Joined, as always, by Uncle P.
It's not as always. You call me in here. It's Mother's Day.
Whenever it's convenient for
it's
me.
Mother's Day. Come on in. And no. Happy Mother's Day to all the wonderful mothers. The mothers that struggle. The mothers that make meals for their children. The mothers that go without so their children can have. Happy Mother's Day. For all the other mothers, bye humbug.
Well, funny, P, you should talk about all the mothers who sacrificed and struggled because, real quick, I made a surprise trip to surprise my mom for her Mother's Day, and here it is here. And that's me showing that I'm the good son. No, I'm kidding. But anyway, Pete, while we sitting here now, that was great, surprising my mom. And yeah, I'm glad she's back closer in Orlando, or otherwise known as Florida's Florida. Mm-hmm. So, I'm glad she's closer, so it's easier to just hip hop jump over to her. So that's a blessing.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Yes, sir.
Happy Mother's Day to my mother. Happy Mother's Day.
There you go.
Happy Mother's Day to my aunt, my mother, my godmothers, all the women, because it was a lot of women that raised the prodigious Uncle P.
Right?
You feel me? A lot. A whole lot. You feel me? So happy Mother's Day to all the women, right, that had any hand in raising me. I love you all.
Pete, let's talk for a moment about a fictional mother. A fictional mother. Now, did you see, we were talking about Snowfall.
You know what? I didn't really see the last episode, but I think I watched that. You know, yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
Okay, when last time we had Lucci Loner on the show and Ski and I forget the other name. We were talking about this show, and I said, you know, and it was about episode 2 or 3, and I said, man, Franklin's going down the rabbit hole. Meaning, you know, he was acting like he was jonesing for that cash. He didn't even want I don't know. In effect, the money became crack for him.
Hey, that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is. For anybody that's ever been out there hustling, making money, the money is the cocaine. The money is the high. You know what I mean? So you have to go through, you know, addiction courses, because what happens is if you can't get the money, then you get the alcohol. Then you can't get the alcohol, then you get the crack.
Funny you see.
You feel me? Like, because I didn't see any of Snowfall. I just been seeing little clips. I'm like, damn, Franklin, you went down, bro. But I'm seeing how it all happened.
Right.
You feel me? Because he was so close to it every time, and then something happened to just blow everything up, right? And I think once he had all that money and it was accessible to him, he should have just left, right? Because now it's like, I can't get any, because you can't get any more. You can't.
Right. What else? You're not going to spend it all.
And once they got to buying those buildings and doing all those things, he was supposed to leave all the drug money alone and let his aunt and his uncle have it. If she wants it, she can have it. You just pay me.
That's
Cut
me out. All right, fine.
Just give me 10%. I'm good. You feel me? Every month, as long as some money's coming in. But you know, that takes a lot of balls to say I'm done. I did it, and it can sting if you don't have the right people around you. I didn't. You feel me? So like, I mean,
you to be stimulating the economy with that.
Yeah, man. So you know, you cut your losses, man, and get out, man. If you have a chance to get out, get out.
For sure, because that's a short shelf life job. I mean, think about it. And I mean, we'll get to how Franklin ended up, because as far as most drug dealers, I mean, he ended up all right. But let's talk about his mom.
Right.
And that's Cece, and she's played by Charlene, nicknamed Michael Hyatt, excuse me. And most folks will certainly recognize her from her turn as she was D'Angelo Barksdale's mom on The Wire. But in this one, Miss Hyatt brought the ruckus when it came to this role. She's a mother who's done his best by her son Franklin, who, spoiler alert, has gotten in bed with the CIA to sell drugs. Sissy, against her better judgment, she starts helping Franklin launder the drug dealing proceeds, if you remember, P.
Right.
And if you've never seen the show, Franklin's father and Sissy's husband has likely been murdered by Franklin's CIA contact, Teddy.
It was over for the dad. The dad got to run in his mouth.
When you know, somebody tried to tell me, they were like, well, you haven't seen him, so you haven't seen him. I think he's still alive. I'm like, no. Once he opened his mouth on that radio station,
it was over.
He's a liability.
He's a liability. You got to go. I don't care who you're related to.
Right.
And that's the game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And a lot of people don't understand that. You got to connect like that to the CIA. I'm talking about bringing you in whatever you want to come in, 100, 300, 400.
Right.
He had a whole warehouse full of cocaine.
Literally.
You feel me? Like,
and that's you know what's funny? Teddy, in the show, like Teddy Teddy's played by one person, but you've seen we've talked about, say, for instance, Chernobyl.
Right.
And there was one character on Chernobyl, but in real life, she represented like a whole team of people.
Right.
And I think that was certainly the case with Teddy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
There were many Teddys.
There were many Teddys.
Right.
It was Teddy in Cali, a Teddy in Miami, a Teddy in
Louisiana,
Teddy in
New York.
Right. Everywhere. Because you saw what happened when they got rid of Teddy. They brought somebody new in.
Right away.
He was
Assembly line.
He was a little loose. He was doing the coke. You feel me? Like,
he was doing his thing.
And that was the thing with Teddy. You watched him grow from the first season, right? Go from this just paperwork dude. You feel me? That got kicked out because he had problems with his wife or his chick.
Right.
You feel me? And couldn't. And he just became this ruthless killer, bro. You feel me? That was about his work. That was about bringing the cocaine in. Yeah. You feel me? To get rid of
money
it.
Back. and sending the money to Uncle Sam
right.
so we can control this little country that's the size of freaking Connecticut.
That didn't
I don't know.
So it didn't that, and that still doesn't make sense to me. And I'm not even trying to figure it out, right? How you can poison your people in your country to save somebody else's country for nothing. That country doesn't produce anything but cocaine. You see what I'm saying? So like, why? But how much money was made off of that? How many jobs? I'm talking about lawyers, cops. You feel me? POs. You feel me? COs. You build jails. Like we need something, because we can't keep locking them up for whistling and talking to us crazy. We need something that can send them to jail forever.
Right.
I mean,
nobody suffered. We talked about it when Lucci was on. I said, except for Ollie North getting his wrist slapped on national television in front of Congress, nobody, except for him, nobody higher up suffered any consequence.
No consequence.
It was all the Teddies and the plane guys, all the runners and the distributors that got it. But
I was watching Cocaine Bear. I didn't know that was a real story about a bear. You ever seen that? I said, they had a bear on cocaine? That bear was tripping, and it was a female bear. It wasn't even a male bear. You got that bear all 8-balled up. You feel me? I mean, it was eating the coke. Damn, literally eating.
It didn't have a heart attack. I'm surprised.
It's a big ass bear. You feel me? Like, it was eating the coke.
You could eat a lot of coke.
The babies were eating the coke.
Oh damn!
And Ray Liotta, R.I.P. to Ray Liotta. He played in that movie. But yeah, go ahead, do your thing, bro.
Not the babies.
Yeah, man.
Well, here's Sissy talking to, I'm sorry, that same contact back to Snowfall, that same contact robbed Franklin for $73 million that he had in the bank, which was, that's on you, Franklin. You shouldn't have that paperwork.
You should have had it sitting around. You shouldn't have even let him know where it was. You were supposed to go and open up your own bank account, doing your own thing.
There you go. As soon as he
showed
you, then okay, now I know how it works. Let me
Or keep 20 million just so he could take it and put the other 43 in a house, bro. Buy a house, have cash. That's one thing I've learned.
Diamonds is
diamonds too. Buy diamonds. I don't want this cash. I want diamonds. I got a house full of diamonds, bro.
Right.
I will always have money. But
that's an easy way to launder money with diamonds.
He did not understand the game he was playing, and he thought owning property and different things like that was going to be there, and it's really not, bro.
And that's funny really you say that, because here's a clip of Cece. Here's a clip of Cece talking to her son, and by the way, Miss Hyatt needs to get this clip here. She needs to get, after I saw this clip, I was like, yeah, go ahead and get that Emmy nomination for Best Supporting Actor ready. But she's talking to her son about loyalty and something else. But anyway.
How you gonna talk to your son about loyalty and then not show any at the end?
She was showing loyalty, but we'll get to that in a second.
Even after all of this, you want so badly to think America still cares about you. Like some orphan child standing by the door waiting for mama to come home, no matter how long she's been gone.
We throw a lot in with the KGB now. We may have to face the reality that we have to leave.
Face the reality? Let me tell you something, Franklin. Those hours, days, and weeks after your father disappeared in Cuba were some of the worst of my life. I was completely alone. The foreign country didn't even speak the fucking language. Didn't know what happened to him, but knew almost for certain I'd never see him again. And if the pain and frustration weren't enough, there was always the fear that at any moment they could come and get me too. Went on like that for months, until one night I realized why Teddy let me live. It wasn't a moral decision, or even convenience. He could have killed me and gotten away with it. Teddy spared my life because in his mind, I posed no threat to him. None of us do. He could take away one of the most important things in my life, and I could do nothing about it. I was just some who'd never touch him. Inconsequential to the point it wasn't even worth the effort it would take to snuff me out. And in that moment, I knew. Fuck Teddy, fuck the CIA, and fuck the government that supported them. I was going to do whatever it would take to not only destroy him, but to make sure that he knew it was me, the inconsequential, who did it. I am way past facing reality, Franklin. I am done standing by the door waiting for mama to come home. Now, are you with me, Saint? Or are you with them?
Yeah, the Get him. Yeah, man. It's powerful stuff that Miss Hyde was bringing this season. But, so, fast forward, and Franklin eventually gets his mitts on Teddy, and he's about to get 37 of his 73 back. That was the deal. And they're about to make the exchange. Teddy has to make the call to the account to give the password. And just as Teddy is about to say the password that'll give Franklin his money.
Extension 237, please.
What prison?
What?
Tell me what prison Elton is in.
Are you fucking kidding me? I was lying. He's fucking dead. I shot him twice. They dumped his body. Hey, Ann. It's Teddy McDonald. We spoke a few hours ago. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. Yes, I am ready to initiate the transfer. Yeah, your password is...
No, Teddy, hey, Teddy. Fuck. Teddy, fuck. Hold on. He's still here. Yeah, the password. Okay. Hey, Teddy, come say the word. Say the fucking word, man. Teddy, say the fucking word. Hey, fuck. Mama, we gotta go. Mama. Goodbye, Franklin.
Drop the gun, lady! Drop the gun!
Dude, now, how about that?
There's no loyalty there.
No.
Your son risked his life for how many years selling drugs in the street, bro?
She never asked. She told him she wasn't down with that from the get-go.
But it doesn't matter. She benefited from it, bro. She didn't sit in that house. When he came and brought her food, she took that food, bro.
Okay.
When he was buying things, she partook in that, bro. You don't do that. Wait till after he say the password to shoot him, bro. Wait till your son get his money. Wait till your son you talking about loyalty?
Yes.
That's loyalty right there.
Because she said right before they were about to go.
Right.
She said, all right, Franklin, fine. I'm going to come to make sure nobody kills you. And I'm thinking to myself,
who the fuck are you?
well, yeah, who, see, I know you was mama, and mamas get that mama bear thing going, but how you going to stop her? All right, whatever.
No, you were coming to kill.
She was coming to kill his ass. And so, in effect right there, boom, boom. She puts two in Teddy's chest. Teddy goes down. She knows she's about to get locked up. Who got away?
The white boy.
Who got away? Who else got away?
Teddy. The white boy and Teddy.
No, Teddy's on the ground.
Right.
The white boy, Teddy's boy.
Right.
And who else got away?
I don't know. Who,
Franklin.
Right.
Franklin got away.
But
That's why she shot Teddy. Because sooner or later, Franklin was going, like the other gentleman that we talked about, he was definitely going to go down too. She killed two birds with one stone.
But
she got her revenge, and her son is still up.
You left your son out here to rot, bro. You left your son. He then goes to his homie looking like a junkie, bro. Ask him for $1 million, and
Well,
he
that was
fed
3
him.
years later.
I'm just saying, what all did he go through in those 3 years, bro?
She made the sac. That was a mother sacrifice.
That's not a sacrifice.
That's
Wait till
a
your son get his
sacrifice.
money, then kill him. Wait till he say the password, then kill him, because you would have saved him there too.
That money would have killed him too. Because you just said it. It's crack. We talked about it earlier. You said
The love of
it's the
money
same as
is
crack.
crack. The love of money is crack. But having money is not crack, bro. All the lives that he was able to change for the money, greed
all the
is
lives he ruined.
greed ruined their lives. Unc died because the aunt was greedy. You feel me? Like the uncle, the father died because he couldn't keep his fucking mouth shut. Greed. You don't have to be greedy to have money, bro. You could have got that 37 million and he could have dipped and went to an island and lived on the beach somewhere and been fine.
But again, addiction, you want more and more.
I think he had learned his lesson by then.
I don't know. I think personally, being the mama's boy that I am, my mother tells me, all right, we're going to go do this, and then after that, we'll never see each other again. And I'd be like, you know what, Teddy, you can go now. Fuck it, just go. Because that's worth $73 million to me.
What?
Keeping my mom around.
Keeping your mom around?
She said, so no matter what, Franklin knew going in, okay, I'm going to get my money. But at the same time, he gets his money. No more mama.
Okay.
You be all right with that? Shit. Shit. That's priceless.
Mom, at the end of the day, I love my mother. But one day my mom won't be here, and it won't be my fault she's not here. You feel me? One day she won't be living, and
Right.
it won't be my fault that she's not here.
She would have wanted me to have this.
You don't think your mom is $73 million?
I'm speaking.
And your mom say, listen, we're gonna go get this money, but after this, you ain't gonna see me no more. All right, mom, I love you.
Nah,
She was
do it.
old.
I couldn't do it.
Man, listen, look, I'm not trying to be walking the streets with no black, no red eye, dead, whatever was wrong with his eye. Just the thing that's like, he's shooting it up. I don't know what he's doing. He getting drunk.
He's just drunk.
He talking about don't no woman want me, a fine black
Fine
brother like
chocolate nigga
like me.
Yeah. Because I mean, think about it here. Okay, so here's a shot. Here's her Franklin's first visit to Cece right after her pretrial.
I wouldn't have went to go see her.
Hey, Mama. How you doing, you alright? I spoke to Prentice. He said he'd still help you. Nobody enters a guilty plea for first-degree murder. You requested counsel, say you weren't in your right mind. After yesterday, people will believe it. Can't run your mouth like that again, Mama. You hear me? Can't provoke these people. Don't hang by your bed sheets in here. You understand what I'm saying? Why'd you do this, Mama? Huh? He was about to make the transfer. We were so fucking close. 10 seconds. You couldn't wait 10 fucking seconds? Huh?
Oh.
10 seconds. That's it. That's it.
No.
That's it. First of all, you shot him over shooting a man that you walked past so many times on the street because he was an alcoholic.
She married him and had a kid with him.
But you left him on the street when Snowfall.
Because it can't. It was too much. She still had to raise the son.
My God, bro. Like, you are making an excuse for someone who she abandoned him too. She didn't care about him. At that moment, you weren't feeding him. You didn't even want him in the house.
You talking about all too much?
Yes.
She still had to raise
You
the
didn't
son.
even want him in the house. Go back and watch the first couple seasons of
saying,
Snowfall. He was on the street drunk. She didn't want him in the house. What are you doing around here? He's like, no, I'm cleaned up. At that
up.
moment,
And
you weren't feeding him. You didn't even want him in the
How many
house.
times have you heard that? I'm cleaned up from it.
You talking about
So
now?
too much.
Yes,
She still had to
cleaned
raise
up.
the son.
He didn't want him in the house.
And he
Go
ends
back
up
and watch the
snitching
first
and
couple
running his
seasons.
mouth on your son.
He was on the street drunk. She didn't want him in the house. What are you doing around here? He's like, no, I'm cleaned up.
Who was the worst?
He was one of the biggest drug dealer in the city at the time. So now, yes,
She had to raise the son.
go back and watch the first couple seasons. He was on the street. I'm coming.
As a former aspiring drug dealer,
Right, so I know how it feels. So you can't. No one on the other side can. I can't look at your life and say, "Oh yeah, you not." You know, this is the life that they chose. The mom chose it. The mom didn't have to accept anything from her son. When he came in a couple times and brought the food, she didn't accept it. She pushed him away.
Right.
Then he came to her and said, "Listen, we got money. I need you." And then she wanted to take the money to buy property.
You as a mother, and that's where he appealed to her motherhood, right there.
And
I need you, and that will always get a mother.
And so he got his mother, and then, but for her to talk about loyalty and what side is you on, let him do the transfer and then shoot him. Just that simple. Let your son get his money and then shoot him. And then you could go to jail forever, Mom. I don't give a fuck.
I don't know, man. To sit there and have that gut wrench. She not even looking me dead in the eye and not saying a word.
She mad. She upset.
What's she upset about? She's cool.
Well, she's not.
She made that decision. She made that decision before they got in that car to go make that exchange.
And guess what? She's mad at her son. Obviously, she ain't talking to him. Show the next video, and
All
people
right.
will understand exactly what I'm saying. She mad at him.
Okay.
Hey, Mama. How you doing? So listen, Veronique. She fucked me. She robbed me. And she took off. Now, I got top notch looking for her, but you know, this is what that bitch does. So it might take me a while to find her, but I'm gonna fucking find her. I promise you that. But until I do, Mama, look at me. I'm in trouble. All I got left is the house. So I need to sell it because I need the cash. Even though I bought it for you. So, look, I got some documents that I just need you to sign them. I just need you to sign ownership over to me. Okay? So I need to sell it because I need the Mama, listen to me. I'm sorry, but you're never getting out of here. Okay, that's the facts. So, just sign the paperwork and give me some indication that you'll do that for me. Huh? Mama. What kind of fucking mother are you? You're not gonna fucking talk to me. Huh? This is all your fucking fault. You ended my fucking life. After everything I fucking did for you, you're not gonna fucking talk to me. You did this to me. You ended my fucking life. And Teddy should have blown your fucking head off. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you. You fucking did this shit to me. You did this shit to me. You fucking did this. You ended my fucking life. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you.
Dude, you see it right there. She's looking at that phone. She's listening to him talk, and she's kind of holding the phone close. Like, this is the closest and then she says her goodbye. Like, she doesn't say it. Like, she says it without saying it. Like, there's my, you know what I mean? Like, you still.
My brother died.
I don't know. I need to talk to Mama Bryce here. Watch this boy,
my brother died. My husband died. And now I'm going to let my son die to the same way I let my husband die, to the streets. You feel me? Like, you can tell a motherfucker about how they treat the people they love, bro. You don't treat the people you love like that, bro. Regardless of whether he's right or he's wrong, this is your son.
Right.
And you just murdered his only opportunity to get, you know he loves money. You know y'all was broke. Y'all know y'all didn't have anything. You know he has an addictive personality just like his father. Not saying that he can't be set straight, but you could have let that nigga get his $37 million, and if he fucked that up, that's on him. That's on him. But no, you gonna, man, listen, you gonna sit out the county like you tough. Bro, he in trouble. He need money. The bitch left him.
He wasn't in no trouble. He could sell them properties.
He can't sell it. She own it. She got to sign it. He went there to get her to sign the paperwork.
No, not the house. Hey, Mama, that house I bought you. I'm gonna need that back.
All that. Yeah. You don't never listen. Me personally, I've learned, and I have people telling me, whenever you buy, like if you had a bunch of money, you bought somebody a house, you keep your name in. This is my house. I'm letting you live in it though.
Okay.
You feel me? Assets, not liabilities. You feel me? Houses, all cars, you can put that in their name, that's going to depreciate. But a house, no, you put that in your name, the person that has the money.
Okay. Well, it was the right thing to do from a standpoint. That was the house he was raised in.
Yeah. I mean, send somebody in there to knock mom upside her head.
Oh, man. Anyway, I thought that very powerful stuff.
Yeah.
And another powerful storyline, because I mean, how many mothers are in her position or taking, or like you said, benefiting, taking the benefit or co-signing? You know, we talked talked about. Shoot, that mother that one shooting we talked about on State Road. Stupid ass road rage.
Right.
My man's mom was the driver.
Right.
He jumps out, shoots boy, and then mom becomes the getaway driver.
Absolutely.
So, like I said, I joked about it. I said my mom would have been like, "Oh, okay, hold on," and pull right into that police station. Be like, "I'll be right back."
That's how you see it. But if you were that type of person, your mom would not have done that to you because she
She would
loves
have
you.
definitely made me. At the least, she would have made me get out that car, dude.
That's how you see it.
But I mean,
if you
some
were that
mothers,
type of
like,
person,
it depends on the person, man. Exactly. It depends
that's
on-
it. So if that's who you are, and your mother loves you, your mother's going to protect you. We got tons of mothers in the city of Chester that protect their kids, know what their kids into, know what their kids go by. You feel me? And would not do what she did.
Or you have tons of mothers that we talked about it before. Tons of mothers that have made the call, like, "Hello, yeah, I think my son is that boy."
Yeah, I don't know those. I don't know those.
You don't, right? But they're
Right.
out there, and it's the right thing. And I mean,
To rat on your son?
so if you've taken like the one mother that made the call, her son was shot multiple people, killed him.
Right. That's different. That's murder. It's not money. We're not talking about
Franklin was like murdering people.
in the pursuit of money.
That's blood money. That's what
Then
Leon was trying to tell
then
him.
she should have shot Franklin when she came back.
And she told him, "Listen." Before that, she said, "Let him go. It's not worth it." Like before they went to that exchange, the day before, she said, "Let him go. This is all too much. It's too much going on, man." And then "I need the cash, mama. I need that cash." And
He needed it. He was broke.
He didn't need it. He wanted it. He didn't need it. You know what I mean? So there's that.
I felt like he needed it because he hustled for it. He worked for it. You don't know how hard it is to work and hustle and grind and risk your life and put your life on the line for that money and somebody take it from you. That was money that you had that they took from you, so you needed your money.
Again, biased. So
You go to work. You go to work, right?
Let's talk about.
No, you go to work, right?
Let's move on.
Real quick, you go to work, right?
Everybody goes to work.
And if they don't pay you for 3 months, you going to continue to go to work?
They won't get to the second week. Are you kidding me?
Right, because why? Because you need your money.
So
right?
I don't see how this analogy works.
No, because we're talking about. You said I'm biased,
but I have to go to work. Franklin still could have went to work. He could have got a damn job.
He couldn't sell drugs. He had to connect his dad.
Looks like you got to get a job, man. Sorry, it sucks. I know. Trust me, but you got to get a job. Oh, listen. A few years ago, I was going through a major depression. And I don't know, it was just, man, I was in that sunken place. And then I just heard, like, I clicked on my Pandora station, and then it was a Slum Village track. And then it reminded me about Jay Dilla. And so then I was like, oh, snap. So then I just started listening to Dilla beats. And this T-shirt, Jay Dilla's Changed My Life, that in effect, it wasn't just a T-shirt or a slogan. For me, it was like an actual realism because just bopping those beats and coming out of that place, because I'm not thinking about all that and whatnot, thinking about what I have to do next, and then I'm listening, just keep going. Jay Dilla, he saved my life, I felt like, because I was really down. So, just recently on Hulu, the New York Times released a documentary about the legacy of Jay Dilla, and it's an hour special again on Hulu. It's been available since last month, the day after my birthday, incidentally. I don't think that's a coincidence. I'm taking credit for that. But at any rate, here's Jazzy Jeff. Now, Pete, what do you know about Dilla before I get to Jazzy Jeff?
I know about Jay Dilla.
Yeah.
I don't know too much about Jay Dilla.
Okay, because he was not that kind of producer. He wasn't always in the mic, a Jay Dilla production. You know what I mean? Like, he just produced. Like, we talked about drug deals, like, if he was a dealer, you'd have never heard of him. His name wouldn't have been on that package. It would just been in the streets. But that's how Dilla was. And his beats, hold on, let's see if we can, I got some donuts here. But, so Dilla was taken from us too early because he influenced many artists. I mean, you probably hear beats that you don't even know were his. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times, and they talked about this in the documentary, a lot of times he would just make beats and just make tapes and just walk around handing them out. Here you go, guys. Here you go. So sometimes guys, especially after he passed, because Dilla passed in 2007, especially after he passed, guys, making beats, and his estate should be getting that money, but you making a song with his beat, you don't know that's his beat. You're just trying to, make your track. But in this documentary piece, so how it relates to Mother's Day is Dilla's mom is a big part of the documentary. And for those of you who might not be a little familiar with Jay Dilla, aka James DeWitt Yancey, here's a local product, local legend, it should be said, the magnificent Jazzy Jeff, talking about the effect that Jay Dilla had on him, or his first instance.
Dilla was a rare breed of producer that gave you a human feel in a technical world.
Bobby, I don't know.
I remember being in LA and I was driving, and it was the first time that I heard I Don't Know.
Yo, that's my man T. I am the to be play like the niggas that choose to play for money and no time for acting with me. And best believe that you won't.
And I thought the collection of James Brown samples and the way that was put together was probably one of the most ingenious things that I ever heard, not only in hip hop, but in music.
My chance there is him too. I mean, the ladies on your job. I mean, the whole crew was like, you know, the ass is my crew. We roll.
And I remember calling the radio station and said, what is this? And they were like, this is a group out of Detroit, Slum Village, but this is Jay Dilla, the producer. And I was like, I need that immediately.
That track, like when I heard Slum Village back in the day, and then like got focused in on the Dilla stuff, man. Yeah, for real, saved my life. But this is what happened was Dilla went on a tour in Europe because he was a very underground artist for a long time. But then people kept coming through working with him, Kanye, Common, a lot of Chicago people, because he's from Detroit originally. Well, from Detroit, and so he eventually breaks free, like he breaks out. But then little fallout with the record company, and then he goes on a European tour, and then this happened.
When he got back, he wasn't feeling well. He thought he had gotten sick from food he had eaten in Europe on the tour.
He spit up a couple of times. And he said, I think I better go to the hospital. I'm really not feeling well. He must have been really weak. Took him in right away to examine him. But then after they did his platelet count, the lab work came back. And then that's when they said, we're going to have to call the doctor. Come to the back now. They had a specialist on the way already. They had already called. We didn't even know it. He ended up being in the hospital stay a couple of months. His kidneys were failing during that time. We were told not to tell people, but Frank and Dank, they knew, and they were there every day, just like I was. Me, Mr. Yancey, Frank and Dank.
At the time, I thought it was.
And yeah, so in effect, your body becomes your enemy. Like, I never even heard of that disease up until it's so rare. It's a rare disorder, but I never even heard of it before up until he had it. And then you see there's pictures of him on stage. He made one last tour through Europe, but he had been so debilitated and he was now in a wheelchair. You could see like his skin color, everything. You knew. And it was especially sad, especially you're watching one of the most influential producers ever. Because like we just said, Jazzy Jeff, years in the game, and then he hears this, like, whoa, Dilla was altering Jeff's perspective. But the disease wound up taking hold of him, and here's Miss Mama Dilla or Mama Yancey explaining what happened on Dilla's last moments.
At the doctor's appointment that morning, got James up, had bathed him and dressed him. I said, James, you got about 20 minutes before time for us to leave to go to the doctor's appointment. I said, you want to lay down, 20-minute nap, or, you want to leave her? He said, I'll lay down. I'll take that nap. I said, okay. About 15 minutes later, I said, okay, James, it's time to go. And I said it twice, and he was like, seemed like he was so tired. Seemed like he was tired or something. I said, James. And he was like, barely moved. So we get in the car, and I'm wondering why he's like leaning, and I put my arms around him, and I'm talking to him. And he gave me this breath and falls on my arm. And that was it. And I was like, I don't know what I was like. I don't remember breathing. Couldn't believe it. I didn't want to believe it. But I felt less still because I was there with him. I brought it into the world, and then he was in my arms when he left. And
yeah. Now, can you imagine? Imagine that. We thought we not knowing the impending. One day your mother won't be here, and so you envision yourself, being with her when that moment happens before a mother. That's gotta be wow. But at least being by his side with him in his arms, yeah, man. So just wanted to approach Mother's Day from that angle as well. So then one final Mother's Day story. So Pete, we talked about
DeAndre
Hopkins. Now, Mr. Hopkins, for a while there, I would see Hopkins, especially his hair, and I'm like, yo, why is this brother looking like I should run into him on the beach at Montego Bay, and he's trying to sell me a quarter ounce for $20. You know what I mean? Like, he just had that look about him. And so I'd be sitting there like, dude, has your mother seen your hair? What the hell? Then on Hard Knocks, in season on HBO.
That's what you said?
Yeah, I would say that. So on Hard Knocks in season on HBO, bang, there we are. And then they're showing, Hopkins doing the press conference. I was like, there he is with that damn hair again. Where your mama at? And HBO must have heard me saying that shit, because then cut to this. Oh, wait, Darren. Oh.
You good? Uh-oh.
They're gonna hit that straight. There you go. It's a little. I got the couch behind you.
Okay. Right here?
Yeah.
Oops. Yeah, I was feeling small. Like you ever see Fred Flintstone when he get embarrassed and he'd shrink? That was me when they showed that segment with DeAndre Hopkins' mother. And, she literally can't see. So I'm like, yeah, I think I don't know if I'm going to have anything to say about my man's natty dreads anymore. So, but then P, they told the story of, Mama Hopkins told the story of how she became blind.
July 20th, 2002, I was assaulted by a young lady, a female. Unbeknownst to me, she was the girlfriend of a guy I had been dealing with only 3.5 months. Didn't know him that well, but I was searching for love, so she pours a concoction of liquid red devil eye mixed with Clorox. She calls my name and she dashes this on me. I instantly fell to the ground that day, and the first thing I thought was, why would someone pour, warm water on me? Because that's what it felt like at first. But I knew very fast that my breathing became shallow. I kept grabbing my face and grabbing my skin, but my skin was coming off in my hands. And I was losing consciousness, in and out of consciousness. And he picks me up, the guy that I was dating, he picks me up, he takes me to a gas station. I go in the gas station, the gas attendant is screaming. I'm in and out of consciousness, but I'm bleeding all over the store. The guy that I was dating, he leaves me there to die. And so, of course, the EMS come and they're trying to, resuscitate me because at this point I'm going into a coma. They transport me to Augusta Burn Center, where I go into a medically induced coma, and I'm there for a little over a month, away from my children and everybody that I love. I'm down there fighting for my life.
Now, doctors were saying she was in a coma for a little while. Yeah. Now, can you imagine? Well, actually, think about that. Put yourself in that situation. Your mom is dating somebody, but turns out mom is actually the side piece. This John comes up, attacks her, disfigures her, maims her, and almost kills her. He turns around and pretty much drops her off at the gas station, talk about, hey, can y'all help her out? I don't know. I've heard that story, and I'm like, man, that dude, no matter where he is, he needs to thank the stars that DeAndre Hopkins had football, because...
But do you honestly think nothing happened to him?
I'm trying to find his name. He never got charged. He should have got charged. I feel like he should have got charged for something.
What about
the young
lady?
Oh, she definitely got charged. Yeah, she's in jail now. She got She only got 9 years.
So ask yourself, why didn't the police find him?
Oh, they found him.
Right, and
but he didn't get charged with anything, because he didn't actually. If he probably legally, if he'd have taken her, if he'd have just left her there on the side of the road, I think he would have gotten a charge. But he was okay because he took her to somewhere. Right. I think that's what cleared him, dropping her off at a gas station instead of a freaking hospital.
Right.
But he dropped her off at a gas station, so he did not abandon her.
Right.
So, in his name, when I first heard the story a few months ago, so I did digging.
Can't find his name in anything.
No, it's not on, because he's not legally. He's not still, unless somebody puts his name out.
He's still a witness to what happened, and to say that she threw it on him, it was connected through him.
He wasn't on the police report.
He's the boyfriend, so he's connected to her and her. You understand what I'm saying? So they have to put both names. So don't. If you can't find
you think he's murdered and buried in the Arizona desert somewhere?
Why would he be in Arizona? They weren't born in Arizona.
They got plenty of desert out there, though. I was just making a reference since he's in Arizona. You can make a cat disappear out there pretty quick. But yeah. I think it's amazing how the strength she shows, because here's the last of it, because she's talking about how she gets along with her life. She goes to every home game of his. And his sister sits with her, and the sister does the play-by-play for her. So she's right there, listening to, getting personalized play-by-play, and with her son, by the time it was all said and done, I was like, yeah, go ahead, Natty Dread, Black Rasta, But here's the clip with the last clip with.
I come out the coma, but I come out the coma totally blind. And that was 20 years ago. I've been blind still. To this day, still blind and still in a place of surviving and, trying to just get through.
I'm blind still. the amount of strength that takes and the amount that she gives off to her son probably. Like, man, that's some amazing stuff. Right. What the? Instead of just, right. Okay. Or there's like a variety of ways to approach that. Because one, I mean, especially after seeing you try to burn somebody's face off, I'm not going to look at you and go, "Oh, you know what, girl, you're right. I do need to be more monogamous." No. So like there was no, whatever that woman did in her actions to Hopkins' mother, there was no, what it went down, how it was going to play out was not what she was going to want. There has to be that sense in somebody, but I don't know. I'm just trying to think pragmatically. But yeah, man. So there you go. We celebrated our 4 mothers, 4 being my favorite number, and we let off with the best one, my mother. All right, Pete, we gonna hey, what do you think of doing a little Pete's Weekly Hero? Awesome, let's do it. All right, I'll see you later on the show. And thank you for joining us on this week's run of the D Train, previously taped. We'll see you next week. Peace. Have a peaceful, productive, and positive week.